Nearly 2 years after he was booked into his own jail, Alabama's longest-serving sheriff is about to go on trial for corruption charges. Limestone County Sheriff Mike Blakely's trial begins 1 week from today with jury selection in downtown Athens, the county seat of one of the state's fastest-growing counties. The trial is expected to last about a month, with dozens of people subpoenaed to testify and 500 county residents summoned for the jury pool. The Alabama Attorney General's office is prosecuting the case, while longtime Huntsville attorneys Mark McDaniel and Robert Tuten lead Blakely's defense team. An out-of-town judge, Pamela Baschab, was specially appointed to preside over the case because the local judge is recused. Here's what you need to know. He will stand trial on 5 felony charges of using his position for personal gain, 5 felony counts of theft and 1 misdemeanor theft charge. A grand jury in Limestone handed down a 13-count indictment on August 21, 2019. State prosecutors later dropped 2 of the charges. The next morning, after the indictment, Blakely had a mugshot taken in the booking room at the jail he oversees. Alabama doesn't have a law to remove elected public officials from their positions if they are indicted. Unless he is convicted at trial, Blakely gets to remain in office, where he's been since 1983. Court records accuse Blakely of stealing from his campaign accounts and sheriff's office funds and using his position to get interest-free loans. Prosecutors allege that the sheriff's gambling and drinking habits led him to steal money related to 5 of the 11 charges against him. In court records, prosecutors wrote that the sheriff was in casinos from Biloxi to Las Vegas when he solicited, received or spent some of the money. Blakely once was in a casino in Mississippi when he was supposed to be attending a sheriff's conference in Alabama, a trip that was paid for by his office funds, a prosecutor from the state attorney general's office wrote in court records. But the court file leaves questions about how the sheriff is accused of using the money related to the other charges against him. It's hard to tell. The indictment accuses the sheriff of stealing $11,000 from his campaign account, soliciting a $1,000 wire transfer from an employee and stealing additional money from the Limestone County Sheriff's Law Enforcement Fund. But the indictment also accuses the sheriff of using his position to obtain interest-free loans, including borrowing money from a safe that held money that belonged to county jail inmates. We'll learn more at trial. Prosecutors are looking at least 6 or 7 years back, but that's not much in the scope of Blakely's career. At 70 years old, Blakely has been the sheriff of Limestone County for nearly 4 decades, longer than Richard Shelby has been a U.S. senator. So far prosecutors haven't said when each of the alleged thefts happened.